really sketchy. Howdy friends, welcome back to the House of Tone. Today's video is inside of last time's video. The trumpet restoration, 3 or 4, the cleaning. I was not expecting the cleaning to take as long as it did. And so I had this other little side shoot that I was going to show about pulling a tuba apart, especially this particular model of Eastman tuba, and the tool that I made to help me do that. That tuba and tool get their own video. That's what's going to happen today. Hope you enjoy it. I hope you can put something like this to use on your horn, or if you see them in your shop. Thanks for watching. All right, so what we've got here is an Eastman 832. Has 4 piston valves and a rotor. Getting this rotor out is a significant challenge, and I've made a tool that I like for this. So this is just here for regular maintenance. The valves stick on these like they all do. They're a stainless steel piston, and if you're not playing them every day or taking preventative maintenance all the time, then they stick. This one came back to working, that one's back to working. So part of the chemical flush process on this one is that we will also do a passivation bath in the pistons. Big fancy words, but anyway, today we're going to get it stripped down. That's what I wanted to show you in this video. Cool little ties. All right, start getting our slides out. I guess his mouthpiece should be in here as well. Okay. He uses thick grease. And then these boys fly. All right. Got a hidden little lock screw there. Pull number 2 out. Okay. Oh, no, there's one more hidden in the back. There it is. Let's see if we can get the pistons to move. Okay, there's number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. And get the bottom valve caps off. Okay. See all that crusty, green, chunky. Fun stuff. Let's dial in and look at that. Oh, lovely. That's why we clean them. This is what I wanted to show. This is the thumb rotor. It's a very short action throw. It just goes here and then to right here. Okay, you can see better now. The rotor is here. The kicker is here, and it has just a very short bar. So instead of the mirror foam, which attaches here and goes down, and the rotor sits down here, this one, they have it over here. It's a very short linkage. Now, that's all well and good, but this is normally a rotor cap, right? And this is the back bearing plate. So normally you take the rotor cap off, take the stop arm off, and tap, and it goes through. Well, we got a little problem here. That tube is in the way. See that? Tube sits directly under the center of the rotor. So that is a problem. You have this ring that comes up. You still have your stop arm plate is connected, and then you have a bearing plate that is here pushing into the rotor casing. Now let's go way in so you can see that. See there? So this looks like it's sealed up and there's no way to get this rotor out. So I've had to deal with this a few times on a few of these instruments that I've seen. And you can be really careful and do some really sketchy stuff, and you can work 2 tiny little screwdrivers in and pop that bearing plate up. It does work, and you can do it without tearing up the instrument, but it feels so sketchy, really sketchy. Like one slip and disaster. And I don't really like that. So I'm going to take the stop arm off. I'm sorry, the stop arm screw. I'm going to take the stop arm screw out. Then I made this handy dandy device. Want to come see it? All this is a piece of brass that I turned, drilled, threaded, one side for an M3, the other side for a 2.5, because there's multiple horns that I've come across that have this. If I run across more, I'll just drill more holes. But I've really liked this, okay? And so now I'm going to thread this in. This device is a slide hammer that I've adapted, and I'm going to hook this through and gently pull the whole thing out, just like that. Now I can back the thread out. My little tool that I made, I'm pretty happy about that. I think that little thing is slick. I like it. It's not fancy, but it does a great job. And now I have my rotor assembly. There's a mission mark or a notch that shows where it goes in the body on the other side. Now, this is crazy, because this is like a traditional rotor. Stop arm, stem, face, bearing plate side. This is where the bearing plate would normally sit. However, on these, check this out. Yep, that's a hole. That's where the top of the rotor goes through. And it goes all the way through to that tube underneath. So when you oil the rotor, you have to come up with some kind of weird way to get this bearing edge. And you can see how corroded it gets from being in there, because you can't really get at it with a needle oiler. You have to stand on your head. So it's an interesting design for sure. So I thought that was a pretty nifty little tool idea. It doesn't feel sketchy. It uses stuff that's already in your shop. You get to do a little bit of fabrication and have some fun. Anyway, you just pop the stop arm off at that point, and then there's that whole plate assembly. That's all it is. And there's your rotor ready to be cleaned. I'm going to put this with the pistons. So we have our ring, which is dirty, stop arm, and the 2 screws. All that's left is to get the trigger assembly off. All right, let's get a cup for those and keep all those parts safe. So that's our tuba getting it apart, and now it's ready to be chem flushed. I thought this was a cool design for my little tool. Let's go back and check on the trumpet and see if it's done anything in that amount of time.